there. Thanks for watching. I'm Chris. This is a sleeper video for 2024. We're sponsored by Lisa. I'll tell you more about them a little later in the video. Sleepers, of course, come in all shapes and sizes. One person's sleeper is another person's wide awake pick. Specifically today, I'm going to talk about sleepers of the post-hype variety. I've got 5 names who I think might come at decent value in 2024 fantasy drafts who've gotten hype in the past and maybe being forgotten about a little bit this year. At number 5, I'll start out with someone. Okay, maybe hype is stretching it a little bit for Chuba Hubbard, a 4th-round NFL draft pick a couple years ago. Wasn't really drafted at all for fantasy last year, but after Miles Sanders lost his job in 2023, Hubbard was a hyped waiver ad, and he's a pretty good player. Size, some good speed, and very clearly a coach's favorite because he runs the plays where they're supposed to go. He goes as hard as he can where he's supposed to, and then he falls down and does it all over again. Do I think Hubbard is a star quality running back? I don't. But I do think he finds himself nearly undrafted right now in fantasy leagues for 2024. And yes, the Panthers took Jonathan Brooks in the 2nd round in April. But Brooks is coming off major knee surgery. He suffered his injury last November. Already won't be ready to start week 1. Hubbard deserves to be drafted in fantasy leagues. A cutback runner with some speed and some power. Pretty good stuff. Maybe as the season goes along, Brooks gets ready and Hubbard gets phased out. But also maybe Brooks never really gets going this year. And new Panthers coach Dave Canales knows how to install a good run game. I'll have Hubbard on some fantasy benches to begin this season. At number 4 on my sleepers of the post-hype variety, I have not said very many nice things about Jeudy in his NFL career, a former number 15 overall pick in Denver. He had a couple of years where people were drafting him in the 6th round of fantasy drafts, despite the fact that he's never really done that much. He's got a lot of drops in his career. He has cruised by on draft pedigree and combine numbers for a long time. And now the fantasy football market finally agrees with my assessment over these past few years because now Jeudy is also practically going undrafted in fantasy leagues. You can get him in the 12th round or the 13th. And at that price, will I potentially take a double-digit round chance on Jeudy? The guy went in the 6th or the 7th last year. And yeah, he deserves to go lower because he didn't do anything last year, but maybe not quite this low. It's clear there is still a lot of raw athleticism and separation ability, and suddenly, if we don't have the pressure of having to even consider starting him right away on a fantasy team, we can sort of just wait and see how things go in Cleveland, whether Jeudy can get healthy in training camp, whether Deshaun Watson can prove his shoulder is healthy again. Maybe Amari Cooper gets a lot of defensive attention opposite Jeudy. I'm not saying I think greatness is absolutely, definitely around the corner for Jeudy, who never seems to have played with the force and concentration necessary to be great. But I am saying he's got a lot more raw talent than most of the other receivers who get drafted near him. He's only 25 years old, and he does get a fresh start in Cleveland, so I don't mind taking a chance to see. A quick break here to thank Lisa for making today's video possible. If you've been putting off getting a new mattress for a while, if you've been waking up stiff and sore, you're not sure why, it might be time. And if it's time, I can tell you, I sleep on a Lisa mattress. I have every night for like 8+ years, and I absolutely love mine. But of course, Lisa knows that not every mattress is perfect for every person, which is why they will send you a new mattress to your home, let you sleep on it for over 100 nights, and if you don't love it after more than 3 months, they'll come pick it up and refund you. They're an American company, they're good folks, they donate tons of mattresses to homeless shelters, and the mattress really is great, at least it is for me. If you're interested, check out lisa.com/Harris. That'll get you a great deal on a great mattress, 25% off, plus 2 free pillows, lisa.com/Harris. Let's pick it back up again with my number 3 post-hype sleeper. I'll take a double-digit round flyer on Zack Shanet, Seattle's number 2 running back. You might recall that last year, Charbonnet was a second-round NFL draft pick, And many people said, well, they wouldn't have taken him if they weren't going to play him. And Charbonnet became a trendy pick of sorts for 2023, and it did not work out. And now the market has pretty much moved on. And I'm a big Ken Walker fan. I would take Walker in the 4th round. This is not me telling you that Walker isn't good. But Charbonnet is also good. He's not as fast as Walker, but he's just as strong. If he gets going, he will eject you from the club with his power. And he's got legit contact balance to go along with that strength. Maybe Charbonnet isn't a threat to run it 80 yards on a single play and win you your fantasy week the way Walker can. But when he and Walker were both healthy last year, Charbonnet was by far the likelier player to play on 3rd downs. So the Seahawks trusted him in pass protection right away. This is just what the NFL is now. There are like 2 or 3 teams that give their entire backfield over to one guy. Otherwise, you're lucky if it's only 2 running backs in a backfield. And yeah, indeed, it can be frustrating, and the week-to-week results can be bumpy. But the bottom line is that both Seattle running backs are very draftable, and they're good players, and we're probably taking Walker to be a week-to-week starter to begin the year, but I'm often in drafts handcuffing Charbonnet to him, and often just taking Charbonnet late anyway, and if it happens that Walker gets hurt, well, I've got a potential weekly winner in Zack Shanet. For my number 2 sleeper in today's video, I'll take Charbonnet's teammate and classmate, Jackson SmithNjigba. He is, I think, being fairly priced in early drafts. I view JSN as a borderline top 100 player, probably someone I would take in the 8th round or so, and that is how he's being valued in drafts. But his rookie year was, frankly, odd. And my guess is that there is far different usage out there in JSN's future. I'm not sure we believed he'd be a slot weapon basically all year when he came into the league, or that he'd finish 48th out of 51 qualified receivers in average depth of target last year. Digs and screens do not set your heart fluttering if that's all you're getting. It felt like training wheels for a rookie on a team that already had DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett, and they wanted to focus their energies on those guys while SmithNjigba got his feet wet. I saw enough plays in 2023 here and there that were impressive, so my guess is we're going to see JSN used as a primary weapon on some individual plays a lot more this year. Now, it was only glimpses. I admit it. He never caught more than 3 or 4 passes a week down the stretch, and a lot of those passes were short, but enough of the good ones showed body control and great hands and smarts and concentration, so that I think there is a buy opportunity here. Just at the moment, everyone else kind of forgets they were excited about him as the first receiver taken in the 2023 NFL Draft. That's when a breakout in Ryan Grubb's new Seattle offense could come for SmithNjigba. And number 1, Javante Williams, Broncos running back, 5th round pick in fantasy drafts last year, literally coming off a torn ACL, and now a year further away from that knee injury, Williams is going as a 9th rounder because reasons? I think some of those reasons are situational, and I think we can take advantage. Did you know that there are 5 running backs who've been talked up by the Broncos? And did you know that of those running backs, Williams is the only one Sean Payton didn't draft? Also, did you know that I'm from the future, and I can tell you with 100% certainty the Broncos will be terrible and you don't want anyone from their offense? These are the stories people tell themselves in the summer, when in fact none of those things definitively means anything or is even true. The truth is, deep down, is that I think people got overly enthusiastic about Javante Williams when he was a 2nd round pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, and they've been a little let down. And he isn't a transcendent player. My comp for Williams continues to be Mark Ingram, short but really strong, more a power guy than a speed guy, but also a pretty good pass catcher, and kind of fits the profile of a prodigious touchdown maker if the offense he's on happens to turn out good. I can't promise you Denver will turn out good this year. Maybe they won't. But I'm just not buying that Williams will get completely squeezed out by these other Denver running backs. Will those other guys get work? Yes, indeed. That is the NFL circa 2024. Last year, Williams got about 2/3 of Denver's backfield touches in games where he was healthy, put up a 1,000 scrimmage yard season, and probably had some bad touchdown luck. I don't have to take him as a fantasy starter anymore, even though he is the starter on his own team, and he's pretty good. So I will be taking some Javante Williams in fantasy drafts this year. And that's it. Those are some sleepers for 2024 who've gotten more hyped in the past, but are now snoozing in the back half of your draft. What do you think? Are you willing to take the plunge on any of these guys? What sleepers do you like getting in the later part of your draft? Let us know down in the comments. We'd love to hear it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Leesa for sponsoring. Remember, leesa.com/Harris for a great deal on a great mattress. Thanks to Dave Pyper for producing, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Please, please, please smash that like button. Write a comment. Tell us who else you'd like to see us review film on. And of course, best of all, please subscribe to our channel and then click that little bell above the subscribe button, and you'll be notified whenever we post a new video.